Hi. Okay, so this is for week one case study assignment. What's the name of the lady here? There is no name. Oh no. How can we address her without a name? Okay, we're gonna call her Jane. So it's a Jane. So I think, what kind of Agni does she have? Let me figure it out. I think she has a Pitta Agni. To me, as soon as I looked at this information that we've been given, it looks to me that she has Pitta Agni because she has something very fast. She cannot gain weight, which means to me that she burns, she metabolizes very quickly. Therefore, I am assuming that it looks like there's a lot of movement inside of her. There's a lot of movement, and so Pachaka is sharp and hot, which to me means that it's Pitta. She's digesting like in a Pitta way, so her Agni is Pitta. I can see a lot of movement, so we can ground her. Personally, I would say, oh, take your shoes off and go walk around, bare feet. But I'm not going to say that to her. I'm just going to ask her whether, what kind of language. So the things that I'm going to suggest are these. So Pitta Agni, recommend 2 dietary changes. I would say 2 dietary changes. One, introduce sweet foods. And then, because I think what we need to do is to ground her, so we need kapha foods. We need to reduce the movement. And the only kind of taste that decreases pitta and vata and increases kapha is sweet. And so sweet foods, grains, milk, sweet fruit. So I would ask her, is there any fruit that you like to eat? Do you take honey with your foods, during your day? If she says, well, it depends what she's gonna say. But if she says yes, I say, okay, maybe if you, by any chance, you put honey inside your milk, I'm gonna suggest that you can separate that. So have a little bit of honey before every meal. I think that would help. Have a little bit of honey before every meal and make sure that she really enjoys what she's eating. She feels satisfied and she takes some time to eat. So because of all the movement, it feels to me that there's a lot of movement, a lot of heat. So I think I would suggest, except for the foods, so 2 dietary changes is sweet. The behaviors, one is obviously meditate. So I will ask her, are you already meditating? Are you a meditator? Have you heard of meditation? Depending on how she reacts, because she could be like, I don't want to hear about this. So I would say, okay, so what you could do is, like, first of all, you could introduce some honey and some heavy foods, because the heavy will also increase her ability to gain weight. Oh my God, I wish they told me that. And then if she could stick to 1 meal a day at the same time for like a week, at least 80% of the week, she could eat at 12 o'clock, let's say, for a week. She tries it. If it's comfortable for her. If it's not comfortable, we can tell, okay, make sure that you are satisfied with your foods, because maybe that's all she needs to hear. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, go and meditate. I'm just assuming that this person doesn't meditate. So yeah, I would say, take 1 meal a day that is kind of regular. Have heavy food, so whatever makes you feel heavy. We have a list of foods. I say, if you like lists, we can give you lists. But if lists overwhelm you, like they do with me, especially when I'm on a Vata, Vata Pitta outrage. then I wouldn't like lists. So I would say, you know, if you could try and stick to the sweet taste and very cooked meals, and then avoid, if you can, avoid hot spices, like pungent, because they kind of increase the pitta. And then if you have time to listen to some relaxing music or meditate, or if you have time to take some time for yourself, that's very beneficial for you. And I think that's it. So in summary, the Agni's Pitta, the dietary changes are very cooked meals, and so well cooked meals, well cooked vegetables, but primarily prefer the sweet taste in foods, which doesn't mean like having like a bottle of wine, though. Wondering. Anyway, I'm just gonna say sweet, and then it's up to her. And then, so those are the two dietary changes, and remove if she can, remove the spices, the pitta inducing spices, because they're probably a bit too much for now, because we want to see how it works. So if she can do that, and then take some time for yourself, relax, listen to some relaxing music. You know, there's a couple of them in YouTube. You can adjust the hertz, the love. I always listen to the love and lucid dreaming, whatever. And then even play the music. This is an interesting part, because if you're not really, I'm gonna tell her, I think she's gonna like this. If you're not really like into meditation and this and that, these videos on YouTube, you can play them, but you can silence them as they play. The effects are felt in the house anyway. So I do this all day long. I play videos like for whatever hurts. Let's say it's love music, or I want to attract abundance, whatever. I play these like 8-10 hour long videos, but I press mute on the video, so I don't really hear it, because sometimes I get annoyed if I hear it. But the effects are felt. You feel the effects. It's kind of magical. So I think I'm gonna tell her that. And I say, and if you have time to learn about meditation, if you wanna, you know, take some time for you, but only if it's beneficial, only if you feel satisfied by it. If it's stressful, if it's overwhelming, please don't do it, because then, you know, you don't want to put more stresses on your physiology. Yeah. So the lifestyle choices, one would be to meditate, and one would be, so take time for herself and sit down when she eats, and eat at one specific time for a week, 80% of the week, maybe like every other day, you know, because it's not very easy to adjust to a new routine and everything. So this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Okay, bye.